Hey guys, how's it going? First of all, thanks for everyone that watched the first video. I made it like with no expectations at all. I was just kind of nervous as well. Actually, I didn't think I was gonna have like 1500 views or something like that. And it actually surprised me a lot. So thanks for all the comments, like everyone that left a comment. It was really nice to share like our thoughts, mine and yours, and these kind of discussions are really nice, and I really respect everyone's opinions, so you're more than welcome to come and comment. And I think it feels really gives me strength, to start a channel in English, and makes me study more. So I've been practicing speaking English and reading some books in English, so this helps me a lot. And yeah, thanks. That was about Felipe and Julian final at Gold Coast a couple of days ago. And now I'm just really quick video here to talk about my expectations for the Margaret River event. This place, one of the places that I love the most. I used to live there for a year in 2003, so it's been like 22 years. And yeah, it's an amazing place. I mean, people know Australia for its like wilderness, but more for the East Coast, Sydney, Gold Coast, Melbourne, the South Coast. But the West Coast is kind of forgotten, and it has one of the most beautiful oceans on Earth. The color of the water is amazing, and it's so clear, and the smell. I close my eyes, I can like just feel the place, even after 22 years. And it's like, because I have this connection and this love for the place, for sure this is one of my favorite events of the year to watch. And despite that wave not being the best wave to perform, I love to watch the guys using bigger boards and doing huge turns like John Florence turns. It's a shame that he's not competing there this year, because that guy almost plays, as well as Jack Robinson. But we're gonna have pretty good waves. I don't know if you guys saw, but probably yeah. It's been pumping there, like free surf sessions have been, they have been just amazing. Big 10-foot waves, open face carves, and even some nice barrels. Other guys are practicing at the box, and I've heard that maybe they can run 1 or 2 days there, so that's pretty exciting. I remember when they ran the event at the box, I think it was 2021. It was really great. And yeah, those kind of waves they just bring the best of the surfers. You cannot just do a half turn there, because it's so powerful. It has like the Hawaiian power, and it's kind of windy all the time, or it's offshore or onshore, but it's almost never glass, so the wind plays a big effect on surfers' performances. And yeah, that's it. I saw the forecast, and it looks good. I mean, it will start today for sure, and they might start with the man, and then I think maybe they can run tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But then there are 3 very good days midweek next week, for 21st or 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, I think. So yeah, it's a place that I'm gonna visit soon again, because I really miss that. And my favorite picks for the event, of course, Jack Robinson on the men's side. Guy knows the place better than everyone. People think that the local surfers, like these pro surfers from west of us, we tend to think that they surf that break really oftenly, but that doesn't happen, because there's so many better waves around. That main break is just a place that people go to look for the size and the formation and the waves breaking there. Like we can, when we check the main break, which is the closest break to the town, you can like maybe realize how the other breaks are working, if they're working or not. So I'm not gonna name any other waves, but there are so many waves around that I would probably forget most of them. But yeah, main break's just a place that myself and other guys, we used to look and say, oh, okay, so it's 10 foot here, let's go somewhere else, north or south. Some places breaking with almost the same size as main break. Some other places half the size, but another kind of wave, you know, another formation, barreling waves, or even point breaks or reef breaks, so or very good beach breaks as well. So yeah, Jack Robinson is a favorite there. I saw some waves from Conor O'Leary. I think he looked solid. The guy is so powerful on his backhand. Italo has been training there for a week already. He just lost early at Gold Coast and flew straight to the west to practice there, and he's been ripping. So Italo, Conor, Jack, maybe Jordy, big open faces like Jordy, he's a threat there. Maybe Griffin as well. Even Canoa, guys that used to do good in Sunset Beach, Baron Mia, Felipe. These guys can do a lot of damage to the wave. On the women's side, I think Gabriella Bryan, it's my favorite for this event, as well as Tyler Wright and maybe even Lake Peterson can do well there. I think the girls that are more experienced and Molly, for sure, Molly Peakland. Those are my 4 picks for the women's side. People that are used to surf like windy conditions and more powerful waters, I think they can do better there. And yeah, and then just to finish, I saw the WSL posted on their Instagram the judging criteria. So yeah, I just got my computer here to finish this conversation. The judging criteria for Margaret River and the main break and the box. So WSL just posted that the main break judging criteria, they're gonna look for committed high risk surfing. That's the first one, so it's the most important one. Commitment and high risk surfing means the end section at the main break, there's a really shallow rock shelf just right in front of the end section. So surfers, they take big risks there. So the end section is going to be fact in the scoring. And also the first turn. I mean, the first turn can be a barrel or it can be a huge carve. Then after that, the wave just slows a bit, gets a little fat, and then there's the end section. So the first and last turns are going to be the money turns on the main break right-hander. The left-hander has a barrel. If you can take off on the correct wave and maybe a little bit behind the peak, you can catch a really nice barrel and do maybe 1 or 2 big turns, but it doesn't have the same like steepness and lip, and doesn't have an end section. So it just the wave dies like on a big open ocean channel. Second criteria is gonna be powerful and progressive combinations. So that's it. If you get a big turn on to start the wave, a powerful big turn to start a wave, long arc, especially if you do it on a very steep section, and then finish with a progressive turn. Just maybe kick the tail off on that end section or even do an air. Judges are gonna pay really good scores for that. After that, they say about the barrel riding, and then flow and connected surfing. So the flow is always there, but it's not the most important nowadays. And connected surfing means like how the surfers connect the turns. Maybe avoid double, triple pump, take bottom turns, just keep the flow, and that's important. That's a cherry on the cake for their performances. And the barrel riding, I already talked about it, but we saw like Jack in the free surf get a really nice barrel. We saw Kelly a couple years ago getting a 10 for a really nice barrel and 2 big turns. So that's it. And for the box, there's no secret about that. It's just about the barrel ride. You know, that's the only turn possible at that wave. So they say about commitment and difficulty. That means, and the second one is takeoff. So the box, I remember when I was living there, I paddled at the box a couple of times. I never surfed the wave actually, just stayed in the channel watching. I remember a day I was like Kobe Aberton and Mark Matthews and Kieran Perrow there. It's like 6-8 foot waves, as big as it gets, still like manageable with maybe 8 foot, even 10 foot waves, but I think the prime size is the 6 to 8 foot. And I remember watching those guys. It was just absurd, you know. I was just so impressed. And sitting there in the channel as a bait for sharks, but it was worth it. I will never forget that day. And the takeoff,
it must be done behind the peak. If you try to take off at the top of the center of the peak, you're probably gonna be like thrown away just like 10 foot in front of the wave. It's really hard to take off on the center of the peak, so you have to backdoor it, and that makes you get a really deep barrel. But there, the local knowledge, it's much more important than at the main break. You see, like if they run a contest there, I don't think Jack will lose to anyone. It's just like I don't think there's a chance he's gonna lose to anyone, because that wave, yeah, he knows it like the palm of his hand. So the commitment and difficulty and takeoff, I think they are kind of together, because the commitment, it's on the takeoff on that wave. And then after that, the tube depth, it's not a really deep barrel that you can get at the box all the time, but once the surfer catches a wave that he gets really deep, he will have to deal with the foam ball, and it's a heavy one, so that one's gonna be a 10. And then technical aspects and the exit. Technical aspects, they're talking about if a surfer has to kind of brake or slow down to catch a barrel, it's not that hard as one that's just pumping to come out of the barrel. So you're gonna see, like, if someone takes off and tries to slow down, drags the hands or the butt on the backhand, that it's not so hard if you compare it to a guy that takes off deep and has to pump to come out of a wave, because the wave is just too fast. So that one is the technical aspect. And the exit, yeah, the box, it's one of those waves that after the barrel ends, at the very end of the barrel, the wave just dies, because there's a deep channel, open ocean. So you can see, like, the reef ends, so the wave pinches, and the surfer needs to get a high line to come out clean off the barrel sometimes. And that's one thing, that if you get too deep, maybe the exit's not very clean most of the times. It can be, but not on all waves. So that will play a little bit on effect on the scores. But yeah, I really hope they run a day at the box. So yeah, guys, the first call is this evening here in Brazil. Now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think the first call is 6 p.m. here, so in 5 hours they're gonna call it. Until I upload this video, it's gonna be like 2 o'clock here, so it's gonna be short. But yeah, wherever you are, just stay connected, and if you can, try to watch this. It's gonna be exciting, and I hope the forecast is correct and we can have a really fun event. And I was forgetting another thing that's gonna be important at this event, as it's been on the last 4 or 5 years. It's the mid-year cut. That's something that's not mid-year anymore, but still, it's they have the contract with the Western Australia government that the last event before the cut must be at Margaret River, because they think that's exciting and it has more like appeal for the event, and there's more feelings going, and you know, stories and things that they can script. But there are some guys that are on the bubble that need good results. Important names like Griffin Colapinto, for example, he needs to he must reach the quarterfinals to qualify, but I'm pretty sure if he gets a 9th place, it's pretty much guaranteed. Same with Alejo and Cole Hauschman, they are tied on rankings, and they are 16th place. So all the guys below them are at risk, and a couple guys that are on the bubble, like Alan Cleland, Ian Gentile, John Chianca, these guys, they must perform and get a quarterfinal at least to guarantee their places. And also Italo, he's been doing he's been not too good on the last 2 events in Australia. He saw his gap for the 2nd place squeeze, like it was Ethan Ewing. Now it's Iago, the 2nd one. So Iago is closer than Ethan was. Still, he has a good advantage, but yeah, he must perform, because he started the year very well, and then the last 2 events he was not just that good, and yeah, the guy is a machine. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like on fire at this event. And we got some very dangerous wild cards with Jacob Wilcox. I think this guy has participated on more than 10 events already on the CT, besides the ones that he participated last year officially as part of the crew. I mean, maybe 10 events just as a wild card. So he has a lot of experience, and he won the trials. He knows the wave a lot, you know, he knows the wave better than most of the guys on tour. So yeah, he's a dangerous one. And I saw just Winter Vincent got the call as well. This guy surfs really well, and he can be a big name from Australia for the next decade if he qualifies for the CT. And then Mike McDonald, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but this guy surfs a lot, man. I really like his surfing. And that's Jan Gentil. He's been replacing Gabriel Medina for the past 6 events, so we already know him. And on the women's side, we got Bronte Macaulay. She is a danger in Margaret River. She proved that in the past years, so watch out. Yeah, I think that's it. Now I'm finished. So okay guys, thanks for watching again, and just leave your comments here. And I don't know when I record another video, but maybe on the weekend, maybe on Sunday, after we get a little bit of hits, then we can talk about the performances, and then you guys let me know what you thought about them. Okay, thanks, bye bye.